What's up, guys? Marko here from the VATICANTS, and welcome to today's video. As usual, thank you so much for all the kind words, and I get so many comments, and I've been doing this for a few years now. And today we're going to review the Majesty 10-year anniversary model. I started ripping open the box, and I had to remind myself, wait a second, we're doing this in real time. And a few people already made fun of my beard. No, I'm not trying to be John Petrucci, okay? First and foremost, his beard is way sexier. He can grow a full beard. This was for a movie I'm shooting, and I can't wait to get rid of it. Maybe I can keep it for a little bit. It is cold in Los Angeles. It has been 70 degrees. But you know what? I'm going to take that back. It's actually not a review we're going to do today. It's been a while since I played a Majesty, and I want this to kind of be just you and I spending a little time with the Majesty. And more importantly, 10 years later, having an honest conversation about the guitar. Not about John, not about Dream Theater, but about the Majesty as a guitar. And I don't know where this next, half an hour is going to take me. We're going to, of course, unbox it, all that stuff. Look, there's no point for me to review a guitar that's been basically, let's face it, the same for 10 years, okay? There's tons of reviews that I've done on this guitar. They're all over YouTube. A bunch of people have bought this guitar because of those reviews. I use this guitar in music videos. I've been playing it for years. I'm in John's anniversary congratulation video. I've been very lucky to be in contact and indirectly dealing with Ernie over the years because they've been so kind to me. I'm not an artist with Ernie. I'm not an artist with them, but they're just such a great company, and one of the very few companies that I think maybe the only company, one of two companies, I'm not going to mention the other name, but one of two companies that never, ever asked me to say something positive or put a review or a video about one of their products in a positive light. Actually, quite the opposite. And that they always said, look, be neutral, point out what you don't like. We don't want, you being dishonest. And I cannot tell you how much I respect that. But let's back up. You see, when this came out, this is actually a really funny story. And we're going to cover this, over the next half an hour or so, because I want this to be interactive. I really, truly want to read all your comments and kind of learn from you guys as well. Because, for me, the Majesty is, I can never decide if the Majesty is one of the most beautiful guitars and greatest guitars ever made, or if it's one of the ugliest guitars ever made. And it's tough having these conversations because most people that are watching this, of course, are die-hard Petrucci fans, which I think has gone out of, I don't know, I think it's unhealthy to a point where, people are not, I get you being a fan of somebody, and I was like that too. When I was 12 years old, dressing like Nuno Bettencourt, doing my fingernails black and everything. And maybe it's just because I'm a little bit older, but it's crazy now, and the question is, has this guitar maybe done more damage than good, because every time I see somebody play it, it's basically a Dream Theater cover song, which is a shame because it's such a versatile guitar, but we'll go over that. But the way this came to be is actually really weird. I woke up 5, 6, 7 weeks ago, and we'll go over that in a little bit, and I saw John make a post. I didn't even realize it was some kind of limited anniversary model. What happened is, I thought, oh my God, finally, they redesigned the Majesty. Because it's been the same damn guitar for 10 years. There's only so many different tone woods you can use. And the pickups, okay, whatever, Rainmaker, Dreammaker, all the same stuff. You put high gain on it, you can't freaking tell. Come on. But I thought it was a new model. And I saw, what they did with the pickups, same thing like they did with the Ibanez Pia. and new inlay. And I immediately, I didn't even realize it was a limited model, or let alone limited to 50, which is craziness. And we'll go over that in a second too. But what happened is I immediately actually called Ernie Ball. I called D literally 4 seconds later, not even reading or watching John's post. And I was like, can you get me one of these? Just get me one. And their answer was no. They're like, sorry, no can do. They were like, there's only 50 of them. And I was like, what do you mean there's only 50? Are you crazy? This is a new model. He's like, no, that's all we're doing is 50 models worldwide. And immediately I was like, what? Did you feel the same? I felt like that. I was like, what do you mean 50? This thing is beautiful. It finally has a new inlay, new pickups. And he's like, nah, man, this is 50 only, and there's nothing I can do, he said. And this is a gentleman which I have a great friendship with, that I know he would hook me up if he could. And he's like, sorry, can't do it. Every dealer is getting one. I remember just looking at my phone. I was like, what are you talking about? You're going to make 1,000 of these. Are you out of your mind? And we were laughing. And yeah, maybe, I think Sweetwater maybe got 3, 4, 5, 2, 10, maybe, I don't know. And worldwide 50. Well, how many are you sending to Asia and Europe? What, one each to each continent? And I didn't realize what he was saying. So he was like, yeah, every dealer is getting one. That's it. Good luck. I cannot help you. I'm not allowed to, and I don't want to. I can't help you. And I was like, all right, thanks, D. I hung up the phone and literally started calling like a madman. Still not really understanding, why it's so limited or nothing. It didn't occur to me. I thought it was like a BFR or a redesign. And for the next 5 hours, I was on the phone and was lucky enough to secure one. But then they said, even though you're putting a deposit down, we can't really guarantee it. And I was like, well, what the, And then I called, the next day I kept calling every contact I know. And there was another store that a guy wasn't sure if he can afford it or not, unfortunately. And eventually took back his deposit and they put me in line. And so I was able to secure one, actually 2 of these, which I guess somehow is controversial in the Ernie Ball group, because apparently I'm not allowed to do whatever the fuck I want with my money. But okay, either way, I got 2 of them. And then I was like, why? It started sinking in. This is such a big deal. Why make so few of them, et cetera, and we'll get to that, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I'm super stoked to unbox it with you. On paper, this is the first time that I'm excited about a Majesty. I've been through so many of them. I played so many, even featured them in music videos. And I'm very, very, very lucky that I don't know how many of us are out there, but sadly, I don't see many people that use this guitar for stuff outside of just playing Dream Theater. And there's nothing wrong with that. Look, there's nothing wrong with that. I remember when I was at Berklee College of Music, and back then, luckily, we didn't have tabs like today. You had to kind of learn more by ear. I'll insert a picture here. Me and my buddy Devin snuck into the Scenes of a Memory Part 2 when they played that show. And we snuck in just, of course, we were huge fans. And I had my P4 at the time. And, back then I was playing, literally 11 hours a day. And I'll never forget the first time I played Scenes from a Memory Part 2, the whole album from top to bottom. And that was kind of like, what you had to do at Berklee to be taken seriously. Oh, this guy can play Dream Theater from top to bottom. But I'll never forget when John Finn told me in one of his labs, and John Finn is, he's a good friend and mentor, so to speak, of John Petrucci. I'll never forget when I told him, dude, I can play Dance of Eternity. And he looked at me and he goes, well, congrats, you now sound like John Petrucci. And he said it in a tone that kind of scarred me forever, and now I'm forever grateful for that, But I would love to see more people use this guitar for just other stuff than Dream Theater. And in every group that I'm part of, when I see people play the Majesty, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. at least people are playing guitar. But I feel that, we'll talk a little bit more about this later, but I feel like, you know, and maybe it comes back to looks, you know, is this a guitar that really you're ever going to see a blues guy play or not? I've been to 100 shows last year, and more probably. I go to shows daily, and I've never seen a Majesty on stage, sadly, you know, which is a shame. So let's discover the guitar. And again, kudos to Ernie Ball for making me put in the hard work and having to track one down myself on this one. And yeah, both that I have, I had to pay full price for them. The dealers were, I even remember asking, hey, will you give me a little discount? They just laughed. Zounds was like, really, dude? But no, you know, as always, we're going to keep it honest. And if you've seen my other Majesty reviews, you know, there's certain things I don't like. I don't know if they've been addressed, recess plates, whatever, whatnot. And have an open mind. Remember, we're not here as John Petrucci fanboys. We're here to talk about an instrument that has been out for 10 years now. Make it a journey. I want you to be on this journey with me. If you just want another person telling you this is the best guitar ever made, go watch a Guitar Center video. They have to sell you a guitar. I don't. If, you know, does it chug? Yeah, it fucking chugs, okay? And besides, he wouldn't be able to be honest anyway because he can't afford to insult John. I, on the other hand, don't care. I'm not here for John. I'm here for the guitar. But again, credit to Ernie Ball for never asking me or telling me what to say. And I'll tell you, that's a big deal. Samantha and I calculated that at this point, over 18 months, I walked about $40,000 worth of income or gear that companies have offered me to make, as they call it, favorable comments, you know. And, you know, my shtick is obviously not doing that. And Ernie Ball has never done that to me, and there's so much respect for them for that. And cool. All right, let's jump in. Let's unbox this sucker. By the way, I dedicate today's review to my very dear friend in Norway, Charles Peterson. He was so kind to give me a public shout out the other day, and I wanted to return the favor. Wonderful guy. One thing I learned from him especially is to always know the facts before you speak. So that's something he taught me, which has made me very successful in life. And more importantly, probably one of the top 10 guitar players in the world. He's done a lot to promote Ernie Ball and the Majesty, and a monster player. Thank you, Charles. And as always, if you have cats, I don't think I need to say another word. So there's 3 boxes. The big box is now gone. There's the inner box and apparently another inner box. So, you know, the cats are about to go apeshit. So we have 003. Oh my God, did I get 3 out of 50? It'd be interesting to see. Or 83. You can't tell by the, or is it 80? Well, it can't be 87 out of 50. So it'd be interesting to see. It has a serial number. I know they're hand numbered on the headstock, but hey, let's see what it says. Oh, there's cat number 3. All right, we are here, and I actually have my better half next to me. Hi, honey.
Hi.
Of course, she doesn't want to be on the camera, but you've seen me do so many Majesties. You've been with me to all the Ernie Ball shoots. You remember the Purple Nebula and everything, right?
Absolutely.
And I told you about this anniversary model. I want your opinion on the color.
Okay.
Okay, because you've seen the other ones that have fancy tops and everything,
Right.
you know. By the way, these mono cases are really cool. You just said you really like it, right?
No, it stands out and it looks solid, and
I have to admit, I
well
actually
received.
hey, take her off. All right, take her off. I'll make sure I'm in frame. Women without makeup never want to be on camera. So they're actually, and I have to admit, when I saw these, when they switched from hard case to the mono cases, I thought it was a cheap out. These are truly incredible. They're way easier to carry than an actual case. And they protect just as good. Okay, so I'm going to give you the camera real quick. Okay, while I open this. And, you know, we're going to be careful because, no joke, this is going to be on reverb for $10,000 in about half an hour from now just to piss everybody off. All right, let's see. You ready? Actually, you know what? I'm going to film you reaching in your hand and opening it and seeing your first reaction because you're good with this stuff.
Oh, wow. It's very classy. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at all of this. Like,
Does that remind you of another
very
guitar that
nice.
I bought? Remember the Pia?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I like when they make these pickups. I guess that's what they're called.
Yeah, exactly.
When
Like
they
that.
make them super fancy like that.
Like etched
I'm a
kind of.
fan. Oh yeah. And then this inlay here is wow. Wow.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting this color to be so subtle, but yeah, it's like a fancy car.
All right.
But yeah, no, I mean it's beautiful.
And it's hard to
I love-
describe. It's like the video doesn't do it justice, does it? It's like a pearly, they call it silver chalice, whatever, but it does look pretty badass in person. I think it's one of those things like a Ferrari. You appreciate it more in person than you do in
Yeah, no,
and-
it's really stunning. I mean, it looks special for sure.
All right.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You approve?
Approve.
Cool. All right. Thank you. These monobags are amazeballs. They're really, really top notch. And I misspoke when I said a year ago, oh my God, now they're doing a gig bag. It was so weird to me, but I understand now. And these are really, really, really top quality. Before we get back to the guitar, let's see. You know what? Let me stop you here. Or sorry, let me stop here. I would love your opinion. My understanding is this is the case that comes with any Majesty. And again, this is a 10-year anniversary. This is 10 years. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. And I mean, you know, when Gibson, when Paul Reed Smith, and Fender, when they do an anniversary or a you would think it will come with something that marks that, you know. So I don't know if I care enough to say I'm disappointed, but I just feel, where's the big deal? Where's the big deal? Where's the freaking 10, the Dream Theater logo, the freaking, I don't know, hand signed case. I don't know, you know, but let's see what we got here. We got yeah, our trem bar is in there. Let's see what number we got. And you know, for you who don't know, if you never owned a BFR, this is pretty much the same paper, nothing. It does say, you know, 10th anniversary. And we got, I still don't know which one out of 50 I got. December 10th. Okay, so this was, yeah, in finishing 2 weeks ago. Yeah, and then by the time they shipped it Christmas, it got to Zams. This one, yeah, here it is. All right, so you got your certificate of authenticity, and that's all that's in here. Let's get back to the guitar. Oh, that's right, this one doesn't, yeah. So, again, not gonna waste your time with what each button does, but it looks stunning. Stainless steel, of course. I mean, it really does look stunning. Let's see what it says here. We have, yeah, see, just again, this cheap, just super cheap. I mean, look, at the end of the day, it is all about the guitar, but it's a shame, man. I feel there's just some opportunities missed here where obviously this is going to be a huge collector's item. But one thing I can tell you is that the color really is stunning. The video just doesn't do it justice. Let's turn it around. And yeah, there's that Majesty neck. And we'll get to a fit and finish in this. Oh man, yeah, this color is. I wish you could be here. I'll try to zoom in, but oh, here we go. 34. All right. Hey, give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts, you know, but man, this looks, I mean, extra care even on the shoulders, because I remember on my Majesties, they were not this nice. I wish you could be here just to see the quality of the... And by the way, for you who don't know or never owned the Majesty, or even better for you guys who have owned Majesties, this is different than the other solid colors. It's completely different. It feels different, and it is different. It's truly, again, hard to describe, but let me zoom in for you. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower the ring light for you. So I now have the ring light literally right over it, and I'm trying to give you, there you go, look at that. Let me get that a little bit better for you. It truly looks stunning, excuse me, and it's by far the most perfect fit and finish that I've seen or felt of probably any Majesty. And you got to understand, that's a big statement coming from me, because I've literally had hundreds of these go through my hands. I can also tell here the rounding. I don't know if it's just this one, but make no mistake, the regular Majesty is amazing. Whoever worked on this one, just, you can tell this is a notch above. This is as ugly as ever. The fact that John, after 10 years, doesn't think that it will look better recessed on something this smooth, this beautiful, on a Ferrari like this, to have these stick out when a freaking Squire has it recessed. This is so ugly. And of course, John Petrucci fans can't admit that, because, you know, it's not like you see the back of the guitar. Okie dokie. All right. But man, this is really nice. Look at the casing here. I mean, just wow. This is yeah, no, this is spectacular. This is just stunning. It's so hard to describe this color. I'm trying to, it's really hard. It's not a silver, it's not a white, it's not just some pearl silver. It's incredible. Again, the DiMarzio thing, I think this kind of started with the Pia, but it still has the plastic covers on it right there. So, and again, I'm not gonna remove it because I'm gonna keep one and sell the other, and actually maybe even keep both. But it's really nice, guys. It is really nice. For you guys who know the Majesty, I can tell you, and a lot of you guys that are watching this own multiple. Oh my goodness, even the fit and finish here. You know, let's see if I can stand it up. I want to show you just the gloss here, the way the way it transitions here is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. It just sucks. It's so hard to capture it on camera, just how beautiful the color is. You know what? Let me see if I can stand it up a little bit here. Even the rounding. But man, look at that. You know, this is good stuff, man. This is really, really legit, and it just feels so, oh my God. Yeah, no, it is, the fretwork we've come to expect from Ernie Ball is second to none. Stainless steel, they're perfectly rounded off. This is plastic on, so it probably looks even better underneath because, you know, these are all etched. Everything feels top notch, yeah. No, I mean, wow. And of course, as you know, you have a different inlay here with the JP on the top, the Dream Theater logo here. Man, this is good. Make sure I'm in frame still. You know, you know, I'm going to do an opinion piece here for you because, again, remember, we know the Majesty. It's 10 years later. This is a big occasion. And I'm dying to talk to my Majesty friends and read your comments, but I'll admit I'm a little confused how this one falls under the BF, but then the price. You know what? Humor me. Let's see what you think. I'll admit I'm confused. The thing I struggle with, not in a bad way, but I still struggle, is just understanding what happened here. And I think that Ernie Ball caught themselves in a weird situation. You know, you have a 10-year anniversary model. And I mean, this is huge. This is huge, you know, and kind of not a big deal was made out of it. I woke up and John made a little post about it, and okay. But the problem is, okay, of course it's going to be a limited edition, but only 50. But you have thousands of these BFRs that are just, you know, not even. I mean, they're sitting on Reverb. Sweetwater has tons of them. And somehow they cost more than this, but I get it. You can't come out and make this now $7,000 when these here are $5,000 and $6,000. So it's just really weird that a 10-year anniversary model would get less fanfare than you know, the BFRs, and even more so. I would have waited to announce these at NAMM, even so technically it would be 11 years, but man, announce them at NAMM, make a big deal out of it. The whole thing kind of happens so fast and so quick. And here's another thing, and look, you can argue all you want. I personally absolutely love the understated chalice, silver, or whatever you want to call it. But that's also because I owned, you know, 20 Majesties. I've been through 100 of them, and you know, reviewing them, playing them, recording with them, using them in music videos. And you know, look, here's what I'm talking about. This is Sweetwater, all the BFRs. There's so many of these in stock. Look, I mean, just, I don't know, BFR, it looks like the BFR market is kind of exhausted. The prices, of course, are very high nowadays for all the gear. That's not just Ernie Ball. But here's what I'm talking about. Look, let's click on this. You know, this happens to be a 7-string, which is, I think the 6-string is 5,400. 54.99, 55, and this is 57. Either way, you're pushing freaking $6,000, and by the time you're done with tax, right? So let's go down to the specs, okay? And look at this. And here we have, you know, the 10-year anniversary, and let's scroll down to the specs on that. Okay, so we have maple with alder wings. You have a lot of woods here going on. I mean, there's just tons of woods. And again, you know, it really don't matter when you're on gain. I've been playing for 30 years. You won't be able to tell the difference, trust me. But it doesn't matter. It's a exclusive product. It's like a Rolex. You put a lot of fancy stuff on it.
So you have maple top with alder wings. Okay, that's the anniversary. Now we go here to the BFR. Look, maple top with alder wings. Okay, the neck is a 3-piece Honduran mahogany flamed maple. Okay, the anniversary, Honduran mahogany. Same thing. It's the same exact thing. So it's the same guitar, just painted over, yet way more exclusive because it has only 50 models worldwide. It has these incredible pickups. It has this incredible inlay, truly unique, and it costs fucking $2,000 less. It costs $4,000, and this fucking thing costs $6,000 or 58, whatever, if you will, if you take the 6-string version and tax. So I don't understand how buying this makes more sense outside of aesthetics. And again, I get it. This is a big, debate whether this is, understated or not. But again, look, we go here and all these BFRs, look, I don't know, why would you spend $6,000 for this, which is really, they made 150 of them, or 106 string and 57 strings if they stick to the usual BFR, when this is the same guitar, yet 20 times more exclusive due to only 50 ever being made, period. And it's a 10-year anniversary model. So this thing should be really $7,000. And this thing here should be $4,000. And the problem is you can't do that because the regular Majesty is already $4,000. And here's where I'm going with this, okay? Let's take a regular Majesty. Here, we'll just take just a regular non-BFR Majesty. There you go. Just a whatever, Wisteria Blossom. So here you have the non-fancy woods. It's still a very, but again, you don't have a top. You do. You have flame maple, mahogany okuma wings, the typical kind of like your regular Majesty, okay? And it's the same price. It's the same price as the 10th anniversary, which is far superior with respect to fanciness. So I don't understand. I mean, I do understand. You were kind of, well, shit. Either we make this $10,000 and nobody buys it because the BFRs aren't selling, or we make this accessible. But for me, this is like, I guess, a crazy deal, a crazy awesome deal, because you're getting this for $4,000 when the regular ass Majesty is $4,000 to begin with, and it's just your normal, typical, thousands of them kind of made. And here you have all these exclusive appointments. I mean, just really, truly a unique Majesty, which is a big statement, because after 10 years, they're just kind of the same instrument over and over for the same price, for $100 more. And so that was just weird to me. I think that Ernie Ball kind of caught themselves in a really kind of unique situation. Then when you go to Reverb, so here you have 140 of them available. And look, every one of them is BFR. They're just not selling, dude. BFR, 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 BFRD. I mean, this is from a year ago, and they still have them in stock, The blue ink, they're just not selling, man, dude. I get it. The price here's a regular 6. There you go, $5,500, $1,500 more than the 10-year anniversary, and the same guitar. And yet, this is the 10-year anniversary. Really is a guitar that will go up in value, and only 50. And this is 150 of these. So I just don't look at that. Just look at the inventory. Goodness gracious! Half of the BFRs they put out, they're still on the market. So it just goes on. Look at this. This is one BFR. There's 30 of them, and then you finally get to like a regular. No, right back to BFR. It's crazy, you know what I mean? So that obviously makes this just an absolutely stupid deal for something that actually is unique. I think they could have listed this at $7,999, and I still would have bought one, because truly this is a great investment, or even better if you actually play it. In my case, you guys know me, I actually played them. And yeah, so it just makes no sense. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy for everybody that this is only 4 grand. But then again, you're back to there only being 15. Did you even get one? And every dealer got one. I think maybe Sweetwater got 2, 3, as they should. They should get a few more. And then what? Maybe 10 went to Europe, Asia. I mean, how many do you have to spare, you know? So, and yeah, again, this here should be the most exclusive, most expensive, hardest to get. But the only thing it accomplished is the hardest to get because there's only 50 made. And these here, look at them, they're just sitting. You got hundreds of them on the market that aren't selling. And yet somehow this one costs 2 grand less than these. Yeah, so interesting situation where Ernie Ball again. I personally love, and it is a little bit of a shame that I get it. You have all this fancy wood and it's painted over, but I get the philosophy and I personally love it. I would love to hear your thoughts on it, but I just love, love, love that they didn't do just basically another one of these because there's hundreds of them and there's so many Majesty BFRs that I actually love that they chose that whatever 10-year color, silver chalice, whatever the hell it is. I think it's gorgeous, it's beautiful. But yeah, if you look, it's basically the and again, the signed plate doesn't mean much because there's hundreds and if not thousands of Majesties with signed plates now. So it's, that kind of doesn't. But yeah, look, Alder Wings, mahogany neck through, silver high gloss custom. Yeah, I mean, it's the same, yeah, uh, ebony. Um, yeah, kind of basically a BFR, but way, way, way more exclusive. Interesting situation with the pricing and availability. But more so, what happened is I just think there could have been much more fanfare about that. I think 6 months earlier, they should have built more fanfare for this, more excitement. Heck, send me one to promote it. And I think they should have made like 199 or something like cool, this and yeah, but hey, that's me.
So yeah, I would absolutely love your thoughts, and I can't wait to read your comments. Um, this is an absolutely stunning instrument. To me, as somebody who's very lucky to have that kind of Dream Theater style playing out of my system. And sometimes I actually, if I'm really honest, I also regret sometimes going a different route. But, well, I take that back. Look, to me, when I was, 15, when I got my P1, I remember working all summer in Switzerland for it. And oh my God, to me, Ibanez, John Petrucci is always going to be, to me, the greatest time of my life. Images and words, Awake. This is an unbelievable instrument. It's hard because I'm mostly talking to you, a Majesty fan, a Petrucci fan, who's probably not able to separate this instrument from John Petrucci. Ask yourself, would you really think this is beautiful if it wasn't John Petrucci? Maybe you would. I don't know. Would you really buy this? Would this have been successful? But then again, we can ask ourselves that of anything, I'm a huge John fan, not just a player, also the human being. And, but when you get a little bit older, you stop being a fanboy, and, music gear is tough. For one, exclusively in guitar, everybody who owns a guitar is somehow a fucking expert. You don't have that in violin or piano players. But in guitar, everybody knows everybody. I've noticed too in the groups, a lot of the Ernie Ball group has become like PRS guys now. Everybody is a keyboard warrior. Just speaks out of their mouth, doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about, attacking people, Of course, that doesn't apply to Charles. He's a masterpiece of a guy. But some of you maybe just should focus maybe a little bit more on playing and enjoying these instruments outside of just Dream Theater music. That's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. It's a free country, so I will take full advantage of that. I could be completely wrong. Maybe more people are playing original stuff than not. And to me, it's a shame because I love guitars more than I love artists now. And I love Ernie Ball. And this is an unbelievable instrument. It's so hard to describe the beauty, the craftsmanship of this. Let me make sure I'm still in frame. You would have to be here to just, my goodness, is this thing beautiful. It is absolutely stunning. I do feel it's a little bit dated. Make sure I'm in frame. And not dated as an instrument, but dated because, you know, when you look at something for 10 years, it becomes dated like a car. And I don't know. I feel this should have become a new production model. I feel like it's just milking the same thing over and over. But hey, if people are buying them like hotcakes, that's great. You know, at the end of the day, why mess with success? But I feel like it could be updated, and it's a real bloody shame that they only made 50 of these. And again, that opinion piece I just gave you with the price makes no sense. But look, it's a stunning instrument. And I think the great shame in this is that whoever owns it is probably not going to play it, is going to collect it. And the 10 people that do play it are probably going to play Dream Theater music on it. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong in all of these statements, because the Majesty is probably one of the most versatile instruments to me that I've ever played. I still don't know to this day about the looks. I sometimes look at it and I just think it's a total stunner. And sometimes I look at it and I'm like, if this wasn't John Petrucci, I don't think this would have lasted a week in the lineup. And again, I could be wrong, but it's my opinion and I'm entitled to it. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me and some thoughts here. I wanted, you know, there's not much to discuss. 10 years, we covered it all. You know what every button does. Leave your comments and yeah, you know, let me see here, my frame. You know, I mean, the handwriting. You could have made a nice big deal with the lettering, with the paperwork. You could have really. I mean, it's a shame. I would have really made this a big fucking deal, man. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to your opinions. Stay healthy, stay good. Thanks for watching.